All right, we're now going live. Welcome to Dorsey's Resource. The topic of this video is going to be about a short break from Telegram and independent social media web hosting platforms to join. I plan on discussing this topic. Recently, I got word that someone who had a large following had one of her social media pages banned. And I heard from someone who assists or works with her that she doesn't plan on creating any more pages. And I just wanted to give, if in case she sees this or the word gets out there, somebody passes this along. And this is for anybody that's a large, has a large following, an influencer, content creator, that has pertinent information, that is concerned about censorship, shadow banning, and cancel culture. I want to let you know for the time being, you have some options as an alternative. I don't plan on being before you all that long. Hopefully, I wanted to get this topic out there. By the way, so this is about also. I'm just letting you all know I have been studying some things lately. Many of you all know I talk about on this channel redemption education. I've talked about foreign currency in the past. I forgot I have delved into politics at times, even in more recent times, periodically. I really didn't have kind of a centralized theme with this channel, but down the road, I was considering rebranding this channel, by the way, and doing maybe reviews, product reviews, and things of that sort. But for the time being, I wanted to address this is to help those micro influencers or those content creators who have a large following, or very large influencers that have a massive following. You want to have a backup plan in place. So this is to give you all a heads up. You have some alternatives that Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok are, in case you're unaware, they're not the only social media platforms that are competing for everyone's attention out there. There are other alternatives that are growing exponentially, I might say, and one of them in particular is a video web hosting platform called Rumble. It's like another version of YouTube, by the way, and it's grown massively, exponentially. And despite the mainstream media is going to attempt to try to slander this platform, they're going to try to claim it's the right, this, that, and the other, alt right or far right. I want to let you know personally, I love that platform. That's how I get a lot of information from people who have already been previously discriminated against by YouTube. By the way, YouTube has very discriminatory practices. By the way, I myself, this channel has been shadow banned. They almost shut this channel down before the beginning of this year. By the way, as many of you all know, I won't go into details about it, but because of something I discussed relating to politics, there's several topics YouTube does not allow you anymore to really talk about. One of them pertains to the thing that happened in 2020. I'll just leave it at that. The jab, they don't want you to talk about that. False flags, that's another main topic, and also Pizzagate, that deals with the child sex trafficking ring. Those are at least four I can think of offhand that they've and it's in violation of freedom of speech. Despite what people are saying, these platforms are in egregious violation of freedom of speech, a person's life, liberty, right to pursue the happiness and to freely express yourself. It's expressly clear as in the Bill of Rights, the amendment, what it is. And unfortunately, we have biased judges, public officials, politicians who are not doing their job, not serving their oath of office that they took, by the way, to uphold the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the laws as they should be, as they were explicitly and clearly written. This doesn't have anything to do with any new stuff, but just clear as day. As long as you aren't making terroristic threats or things of that sort, freedom of speech is supposed to be protected. Supposed to be. It's a key word. And I've gone over this in the past. how many of these platforms had to originally register as public utilities. By the way, just like utility companies of years ago, yesteryears, where they could not discriminate against anyone based on your political views or what you said over the phone. By the way, when you used to have original telephone landlines before we had cell phones and water and sewage and electricity. By the way, these social media platforms, in case you're not aware, they registered under as public utilities and things, but they did created some things to try to scapegoat, and selectively enforce who they wanted, what they considered to be so-called hate speech and stuff like that. I want you to let you all know that's a fraud. That's mainly happening from a lot of people behind the scenes that happen to support the liberal democratic socialist communist party, Marxism. Or I myself just want to say, just to let anyone out there know, in case you're wondering what are my views or whatever, I may have to do a separate video on that. But personally, I'm not a registered voter. I could care less. I care about freedom. I care about free, and I'm anti-corruption. I care about free, being free, not free and dumb, but being free. That's what I care about, for everyone, by the way, to see through the propaganda and read through the BS out there. So I'm going to go over a lot of platforms I can think of off the top of the head. One of them I already mentioned, Rumble. There's other platforms that are similar to Twitter, by the way. And unfortunately, I just found out not too long ago. I was mistaken in my previous video. You can disregard or previous ones. I'm going to have to go through and edit. Parler has been removed, shut down again. I heard there was a lot of conservatives or people that were angry, upset. They were sold to some other media group, and there was a statement that was given. I won't go into the details because that's neither here nor there. But you have other platforms that were larger, that were growing exponentially. But Parler, it was still good because they were one of the first before these other platforms I'm going to mention came along. Some of them, by the way. You also have a platform called Getter. That's Gettr, I believe. Look up Getter, Gettr. It's like an alternative instead of Twitter. It's another good alternative to Twitter. It's called Getter, by the way. Then don't forget you have Gab.ai with Andrew Torba, who used to work at Silicon Valley some years back. He said he mentioned he saw this coming. That's why he created an independent platform. It's for everybody. Don't read into the BS. If you're serious, you have a large following. I know some content creators, influencers out there have deep pockets. You want to get into independent media. You can also use these platforms as a start to help put you in a position to throttle yourself, or how can I put it, propel yourself to go fully independent. But until then, there's a saying, you have to fake it till you make it, or, you have to start from the basics before you get to the top. And one of the things I've heard certain genres out there, subcultures and genres mentioned about creating their own independent media. Just keep in mind these platforms that I'm going over. If you have your eyeglasses on, you're paying attention. They also have, many of them do have mechanisms in place for privacy reasons. Many of these independent web hosting platforms are not selling your information like Google and Facebook, which have been sued and caught, by the way. If you don't know Google, look up Google was sued. People found out their incognito browser was still spying on people or reporting people's cookies, and it was supposed to be represent private browsing. It's called the incognito browser. Many web browsers that you have, different ones like Mozilla, Firefox, Opera. You have Safari. That's generally Apple people, but you have a Windows version of Safari as well. You can download. Should be a Windows browser version of Safari. Well, it was discovered. You can look this up. Don't take my word for it. Some people somehow discovered that Google was still tracking people's cookies when they were using the private browsers, and Google lost that case. By the way, it's kind of funny because they claim they're big bullies. I call them big tech bullies. These big social media conglomerates, and Facebook, was sued. That's why they had to change their name to Meta or whatever. But they're still Facebook, just like people are still used to calling Chrysler. They don't call them by their new name, Fiat or Daimler Chrysler or whatever, you know, that people still remember them by their original name, their original brand. But that's one of the reasons why Facebook adopted the name Meta, by the way. One of the reasons, because that was dealing with the lawsuit. So just keep in mind, you also have a platform called minds.com. That's MINDS, minds.com. MINDS. M is in Matthew, I is in Icarus, N is in Nancy, D is in David, S is in Sally, minds.com. By the way, it's another good platform, and it's connected to cryptocurrency as well. So as you utilize that platform more, you can grow funding, by the way, on there. Let me think of some other ones offhand. This is kind of a freestyle. I have done videos on this already. So if you go back on actually my feature video, if you come to my main page, my Dorsey's Resource YouTube channel, I left it up and made it as my main feature because I felt this was important. I felt it was wrong what YouTube was doing and other platforms. Facebook is heavily guilty as well. And Facebook bought Instagram some years ago. So I am aware Facebook owns Instagram. By the way, I've heard, people have dealt with a lot of this censorship. So I'm going over the topic of this video deals with I took a break from Telegram. Also, by the way, Telegram is an app you can download to your phone. If you have a large following, by the way, there are privacy settings you can set on Telegram. I don't have my own personal page yet. I was invited to a page recently, by the way, for the discipline that I study. I appreciate that sister who sent me the link, asked me to do some classes over there. I haven't forgot about them in case they see this or hear this. I just took a break for a while because I need to decompress sometimes from this type of information. Can be massively overwhelming. But maybe down the road, and this is an idea for other micro influencers, large influencers and content creators to transition your platform as a backup. It's good to have a backup plan due to the bias, censorship, cancel culture, and shadow banning that's taking place. I've gone over that already. This channel has been shadow banned. That's where they can suppress the algorithms. They can do this on multiple platforms. They've done this on Facebook. They're using similar technology on Twitter as well. I always tell a story ever since when Elon purchased Twitter. I was getting my real viewership was being suppressed, but once he purchased it, I noticed that I was seeing my viewer count went up. My followers had gone up significantly over there. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I'm on multiple social media platforms. Periodically, I just have pages over there. A lot of times what I'll do, I'll repost my videos over here. I might not be active in those particular pages at times. Sometimes I may be able to catch me, may not. But what I'll do is after I go live over here, I'll post my videos over there. So there's other alternatives to be able to find me or keep up with the information, with the content that I'm sharing. I want to say I appreciate all my loyal subscribers, those out there who followed me for a while. I know many of you all have been loyal. Big shout out to I do hear from time to time. Appreciate the love out there, man. Kudos to you, you all as well that continue to uplift and support the channel despite everything that I've gone through. Big shout out to Currency 365 out there. Even though I haven't done videos in a while, I haven't been active. That brother's been consistent. It's been going in. Big shout out to the work he's doing over there and others out there. I want to personally say thank you, by the way. So to get back on topic, I went over Rumble is a platform that's more like a video web hosting platform. You also have BitChute. It's another type of video web hosting platform to get a lot of independent videos from. There's people that have channels over there. It's called BitChute, 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 BIT. Let me see, BITCHUTE. By the way, it's called BitChute. You can look it up. That's a good video web hosting platform. I check periodically. Cliff High has a page over there, the Webbot Report. And these platforms are also ways how you may be able to find people who you wonder that have disappeared from YouTube. If you still remember the names of their channel, or you can't find them anymore, you can find them on these other platforms. They have other pay or backup pages over there as well. There's one name I'm trying to think of offhand. I've been on her show before. I can't think of her page name. I know her by her government name. I'm just trying to think what. But anyways, it may come back to me. She has a page over on BitChute. By the way, JSnip4 has a page on Rumble. By the way, so in case something happens with YouTube, you can find him over there. I keep up with him and the Woo Woo Dude over on Rumble. That's where I go check out Stu Peters' page from time to time to get the real independent media, not from corporate control, biased media with propaganda, establishment lies, and things of that sort. I go to these other platforms. If you're wondering how I get the real information, like what's happening around the world, this keeps the big tech bullies from being able to control people. So you can freely, independently, still they can't is control how people discuss things from person to person, peer to peer. By the way, it makes it more difficult. By the way, just keep that in mind. So this affects everybody, no matter what your political views, whether you're liberal or Republican or whatever. And this is a backup. So this will help you out, these other platforms. By the way, this is especially if you have a large following, like if you had worried about being banned on TikTok. Keep in mind, Telegram is an app. You can download Telegram. There's Rumble. Rumble has still free to upload videos. Band.video is another platform. Band.video or maxworld.tv, something like that. I think he also hosts independent web creators, content creators, large influencers can look at that as an alternative. If you know who, based out of Austin, Texas, the name, is not, doesn't need to be said, but that's how I've kept up. And I cross-reference his site with other sites as well for information to look at the accuracy. But I love the independent media because, like I say, once again, it's not going to be a lot of establishment lies, bias, and propaganda. It's going to be from independent free thinkers. And what he's done on his platform, by the way, if you know who I'm talking about, maxworld.tv or band.video, he has a host of other people that have large followings themselves, like flyover conservatives. They have a lot of their videos over there. I saw Stu Peters has done videos. He's collaborated in an interview and things of that sort, by the way, just to keep in mind. So he has a good platform as a backup if you're worried about, and the deep pockets, support them if you can, because we're going to need people that are already wealthy to combat what the evil cabal is doing, how they're using their pawns like George Soros and others to use this fake philanthropy, which is not philanthropic at all. They're using it to oppress people and enslave people, but you can use your wealth, your money, to empower people and free people. So you would be doing the opposite from these evil minions, these warlords out there, these incredibly evil, sadistic people, psychopaths that they are. You would be doing the opposite. You would be freeing people. You would be using your wealth. So we need people with deep pockets to help fund these people. If you have it, I understand people don't have it. Don't worry about it. But I'm just putting this out there because there's people out there that do have deep pockets or high rollers that can see the fight, because everybody's going to be involved in this, because the real evil cabal at the top, as I mentioned, they want to kill everybody. That's not no joke. You'll find out later on. Who at band.video has a lot of videos. If you follow him for a while, he's broken that down in different segments. You have to watch him to keep up with him. He shows the evidence. He's shown the documents, video footage. He has a good staff of editors, video people, videographers with the technology, the tech skills, which I don't have, all that fancy stuff on this channel. Some people's channels, they're able to switch and show you examples, stuff like that. He's able to do all that. I've seen it. He'll show you the documents. I'll look the documents up to cross-reference to see if he's telling the truth, if it's accurate. And I'll go to the websites, or I'll pause his video, and then I'll check, because I do my own research, best believe, to check So a lot of the stuff that's being accused of being fake news by fact checkers and stuff like that, no, they're the mainstream. They're the actual propagandists more so than the independent media. So there's ways to, if you are concerned about the accuracy, in my opinion, he's very accurate. I'm a big fan of Band.video. I've also purchased a lot of his products. His DNA Force, I just picked up another bottle a while ago. I always wait till like Christmas or the holidays to get deals. I'm pretty sure he had a deal Memorial Day. I picked up the Super Male Vitality. I take that instead of drinking coffee. I don't really drink coffee anymore once I've started learning about the body, what good foods are healthy for you, what's not. By the way, I take supplements and things, and I've supported him, and I support his mission, and I believe in him. And it doesn't mean just because I support some of these people, I co-sign everything they say, but I believe in the overall mission and what he's risking his life to warn people of what's happening. And I have supported others as well. So he's not the only one. I've supported others from different backgrounds. I won't go into the details about all that, but just let you guys know I can absorb a plethora of information. So I'm putting this out here to empower you all. In case you have a big, large following and you're worried about cancel culture or getting your page shut down, these are an alternative to that. So I went over Rumble, Band.video. There's a web hosting site called Getter. Also forgot Truth Social. Look up Truth Social. That's another alternative version of Twitter. Look up Truth Social. It's called truthsocial.com. That's another real good one. Truth Social. And trust me, you get on these platforms, it'll be like sticking the middle finger up to the establishment. Basically tell them to kiss your you know what, because they won't have control over you. And you can still, those that have a big following are big influencers, big content creators. You can transition your following because some of your followers, or a significant portion, may already be on these other platforms. You just have to take the time out, create a username, password, and things of that sort, and just get on these other platforms. By the way, it's just easier. I know it's easier said than done. You also have Frank Speech, frankspeech.com, I believe. So I went over Truth Social, Frank Speech, Rumble, BitChute. Also forgot Brighteon.com. You also have Brighteon.com. That's Mike Adams, the Health Ranger, Brighteon.com. It's another good platform, web hosting platform. And these platforms have also added a TV version to them where they'll say .tv, like you have Gab.ai that has like a Twitter version, and they have a TV version that's like the video web hosting platform, by the way. So without further ado, that was it, guys. That's all I want to pretty much go over with you. The topic of this video was I took a short break from Telegram, and I went over independent social media web hosting platforms to join. If you are a content creator or influencer with a large following, you want to have a backup plan due to the mass censorship, shadow banning, and cancel culture. So you as an entrepreneur, you can create your own microeconomy and be independent from corporate regulations, corporate predators, corporate establishment bias and lies and propaganda. So without further ado, with that said, thank you for watching Dorsey's Resource. Until next time, the marathon will continue. Legends never die. They live in our hearts. And you guys have a wonderful evening. I'm out. Peace. Deuces.